Massive partner in brief of ongoing progress work on the shutdown of Lagos infrastructure.
Bring all the traffic into this direction.
We are going to work to ensure that the better during the road will.
Good day and welcome to another interesting episode of your program, Infrastructure Weekly, where we bring to you development in the nation's infrastructure sector. From rail to roads, power and others, we bring it all to you. I am Abosede Omowi. Join us after this break to go into the program proper.
Coming together of opportunities, and this is what
Infrastructure is the backbone of development, which explains the Buhari government's effort at bridging the facility gap. Infrastructure Weekly is a television package designed to bring you latest information on hundreds of development projects going on in various sectors all over the nation.
there is no state in Nigeria today where you will not see our contractors busy at work.
Power generation, rural electrification, road rehabilitations, national housing scheme, construction of roads and rail lines across the country, you name it.
We are now able to produce 7,000 megawatt of power. That is no longer debatable.
Infrastructure Weekly is Nigerians working together for a better Nigeria. So be better informed to take better informed decisions. Watch Infrastructure Weekly, showing on Channels Television Thursdays 2:30 p.m., NTA Network Wednesdays 5 p.m., and Core TV News Fridays at 8 p.m. Infrastructure Weekly, making development known.
We begin today in the road sector, where the federal government has again been commended for its effort in expanding infrastructure development and easing people's movement throughout the length and breadth of Nigeria. Users of the Abuja-Lokoja Road, which also leads to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, say the expansion works on the road have been helping to ease your movement, expand business faster, and reduce waste of man-hour.
Traveling along the strategic Abuja-Lokoja highway has over the years been a nightmare for commuters and motorists. Change is already visible as the dualization of the highway is nearing completion. On a monitoring tour to Section 1 of the road, Infrastructure Weekly media team observes that the notorious traffic jam the road is known for has been reduced due to ongoing construction work by the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing under the All Progressive Congress-led federal government.
The carriageway used to be a two-lane road. We have to add additional 2 lanes. The additional 2 lanes is construction. Then the existing road, we have to reconstruct some failed sections of the road so as to bring it to standard.
The Abuja-Lokoja Highway project consists of rehabilitation and dualization of approximately 42 kilometers of existing single carriageway. 30 kilometers of it is along Abuja-Abaju Road and spur along Airport Road. It also includes 3 major highway interchanges and 3 river bridges. The road is one of the major traveling routes that link northern and southern parts of Nigeria. Its dualization has removed the negative experience usually attached to traveling on the particular road, as it has facilitated movement and erased gridlocks.
Presently now we are on top of the Giri interchange. What we have done now, this is completed interchange for the Giri, and then we are starting here the spur to Airport Road, and by my right this is the Gwagwalada, and by my left is Zuba. So what we have done here now, we have completed the bridges, the road is completed there, which we have already handed over to the federal government.
It's helping young people because of through this, especially this construction, and so like we youth now, that we that are ready to do something, we come out and look for the job and do the job. Especially not only to come here and look for only salary. We learn a lot of a thing here, which means if we go to our local government, we can even help ourselves.
The contractors are working hand in hand with the government to make sure they deliver quality infrastructure for the comfort of the Nigerian people. Project manager for Dantata Sawe, however, promised that with the present pace of work and funding interventions by the Buhari administration, this section will be completed soon.
We are at kilometer 90 plus 200 on the existing carriageway. The place we are starting now is existing carriageway. We are doing the rehabilitation of the existing carriageway. We have done our work up to sub-base level. So from sub-base level, we now go to our stope-base level. As you can see forward, we already tried to do the stope-base blinding. So at my back now, we are removing the unsuitable material and putting the filter drain so that the underground water will channel it to the give it proper flow so that it will not affect the existing the road in the future.
The road has changed because formerly it was one lane, now it's dualization, and since that time it has reduced accident on this road. So many people, businesses have moved from one level to the other. So many people are talking about this company because we now presently here, we are trying to make sure that we give the road a different look, because government cannot just waste their money. They are putting their money where they need results.
Many Nigerians who had no job to cater for their families have gained employment opportunities at the site, where construction and reconstruction of dual carriageway is recording progress.
This road we are occupying, and there was a very good flow, and even that time, son of the driver, they were following Petit Chikuku, and both are from the Petit and through and come out from the Chikuku side. But now, as far as the road, we have about 3 lanes now. In fact, we are very happy, and the road is very okay for now.
Road users attest to the fact that works being done on the road has improved their experience, while happily adding that great improvements have taken place on the road. However, the construction of overhead bridges is also part of the plan, with one of the flyovers located around Gwagwalada Secondary School already assisting pupils get to school without fear of accident.
This now they change. That road is better now. It's better well now. That next time this road no good now. Today I said this road now, they were better pass now. No problem, no galang.
The days of gridlock on the highway is over. It is now a season of reduced travel time, ease of doing businesses, free flow of movement for the transportation of agricultural produce from one part of the nation to the other. This is change. This is what Nigerians have called for.
From that, the federal government has continued to press forward with its infrastructure agenda by approving more projects for the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, who spoke on the contract approved, said the project will help in linking more communities together and expanding business opportunities for Nigerians.
Econ Bridge in Calabar and roads to create access to the port for trucks carrying containers, because the current bridge there restricts their movement, and this will all help to facilitate further activity in the Calabar port and ease the challenges being faced by MPA. The cost is 8.9 billion. The project time is 24 months. The bridge length is 330 meters. The second project is for the Unguru Gashua Bemari Road, section 2, the Gashua Bemari section, 11.778 billion naira. 37 kilometers, delivery time 24 months. The third road project is the Ilori Igbeti Kishi Road in Kwara, section 1, 24 months, 50 kilometers, 8.6 billion naira. The road will
feedback and inquiries, you can get in touch with us on the social media handles showing on your screen. The federal government, following on from its decision earlier in the year to award a contract for the rehabilitation of the third mainland bridge, says the bridge will be closed for 3 days from the 27th of July. This, according to the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, is to ascertain the current condition of the bridge to ensure there has been no further deterioration in its condition since the procurement process started for its rehabilitation. The minister also disclosed that the bridge repairs will be determined by the report from the 3 days of closure to investigate its current status. He added that this will determine how long the closure will last, noting that it's been done before when he was governor in Lagos State. We'll be back after this time out for more on the program. Stay tuned.
London, New York or Lagos, business or holiday, home or office, you can now carry out your tax transactions from anywhere in the world. You can now file all your tax returns, pay online, get a receipt and even process your tax clearance certificate from anywhere in the world online and in real time. All you need to do is log on to www.firs.gov.ng and click on e-services and be introduced to the world of innovation, convenience and transparency from the FIRS. You can also pay stamp duty as you register a new company with the CAC or for other transactions that require stamp duty payment online. You can also file your withholding tax returns and determine the withholding tax deducted from you is in government covers so that you can get your receipt within 45 days as long as the deduction has been remitted. Yes, all of this and more online at www.firs.gov.ng/e-services. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC. Please note that all FIRS services are free of charge. This message is from the Federal Inland Revenue Service. It pays to pay your tax.
Now to the power sector. The federal government says efforts aimed at continuing the improvement seen in the sector will continue apace to ensure that Nigerians get the benefits that come with it. The government also says it will work with all stakeholders to end estimated billing, while also charging the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to direct all electricity distribution companies to end the phenomenon of estimated billing. To this end, the federal government has approved the procurement of a remote meter reading machine to aid improvements in the sector.
This is the approval to procure at the request of TCN, an automatic meter reading machine and services that will include the installation of equipment and also the training of engineers, auditors, IT engineers who will operate and maintain the system. The total installation period is 18 months, supply and installation. The cost is 933.7 million naira, 933.7 million naira. And the purpose is to facilitate remote meter reading of wholesale, and it's important to stress that wholesale meters at the custody and trading points. This is different from remote reading of retail meters used by consumers like you and I. So I think it's important to help us carry that. And the point I just want to make in closing on that is that the entire value chain, from where gas is produced to where it is fed into the pipes of the gencos to produce energy, to where that energy is picked up from the transmission company to the trading points at the substations of the distribution companies and the feeders, is entirely metered. And those are the bulk trading meters that we're talking about. But the challenges that we currently have are that many of these meters, or a sizable number of them, still have to be inspected manually to be read, so that then, and that is the basis for computing the settlement system at the end of the month. That causes delay in account settlement. So if this is successfully implemented as we expect that it will be, it will eliminate all of the delays that you have. It will also help in dispute resolution, because data can be then produced quicker online to assist NEC, also play its role where there are disputes about who owes what, who supplied what, and who caused what loss. And the road will collapse.
If you were just joining us, the program is Infrastructure Weekly, where we x-ray the achievements of the Buhari administration in infrastructure development. You can get in touch with us on Facebook at facebook.com/Infrastructure Weekly and on Twitter at @infra_weekly. The federal government has reiterated its determination to continue to put in place infrastructure facilities to enhance the living standards of all Nigerians and ease movement and businesses. President Muhammadu Buhari disclosed this while commissioning the Abuja Light Rail project 11 years after it was started. The president added that his administration will continue to work towards ensuring that projects are completed irrespective of who started them. Let's take a listen.
President Muhammadu Buhari is making history with the commissioning of the Mass Transit Metro Rail project in the Federal Capital Territory, designed to provide affordable and comfortable intra-city transportation for residents of the territory and all her visitors. The project is coming on board for public use 11 years after it took off on a dual funding arrangement between the governments of Nigeria and China.
When the project was conceived, it was done at the cost of about $800 million US, funded 60% by the China Exim Bank and 40% by the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The scope of this particular phase, Your Excellency, which we are commissioning, involves the double gauge track of 45 kilometers, a maintenance depot, a training school, and an operations and control center, as well as 12 railway stations. All the stations have been completed and they are just like the one directly behind me. The stations are located at Kukwaba, Ring Road, Wupa, Idu, Basanjiwa, Airports, Gwagwa, Dede, Kagini, and Bazango stations, making a total of 12 railway stations. So far, we have taken delivery of a number of coaches that will be used for the operations, while the main coaches, numbering 48, would arrive in due course. And financing for the railway coaches is being done by the China Exim Bank and the FCT, based on a soft loan on the basis of 85% by China Exim Bank and 50% counterpart funding by the FCT.
Although the project is capital intensive, the opportunity for counterpart funding was one that the President Muhammadu Buhari administration was not ready to let go, as it provides federal government an opportunity to leverage on funds to meet the project's completion demand. For this, the president was indeed thankful to the Chinese government for their interest in supporting the nation's infrastructure pursuits. It is important to note that the anti-graft war has earned Nigeria more international acceptability and boost investors' confidence in the Nigerian business climate, thus facilitating completion of the rail project at this time. Now residents of the Federal Capital Territory are in for a good intra-city traveling experience powered by scheduled operations that will enable planning by its users.
Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to inform you that the rail tracks, the signaling system, the 12 stations, as well as other infrastructure were all completed about 6 months ago. During the last 6 months, we have spent time testing the system using international best practices, which included testing the tracks without passengers for about 2 months to make sure that all the tracks are well aligned, the platforms are done, and the signaling system are operating correctly. After that, we did trial runs with passengers for about 1 month to ensure safety and all the relevant works that are necessary in running a rail system of this nature. And I am pleased to state that the Federal Ministry of Transportation, after working very closely with our team of engineers and the team from the construction company CCECC of China and the project consultants, Messrs. Transop Technirail Limited, has granted the Abuja Rail Mass Transit System Lot 3 and Lot 1A safety certificate for commercial operations.
For President Muhammadu Buhari, who sees government beyond party lines and regional leanings, this is another promise kept by the government of Nigeria to her people. The federal government is particular about the welfare of Nigerians, especially the poor, who need to be served by the state through provision of basic infrastructure for them to leverage upon and contribute to their economy as they find their respective bearings in business and commerce.
I am thankful to the government and people of the Republic of China for their investment in the Nigerian economy. I commend the CCECC Limited, the contracting firm, for the quality of work and timely delivery of this project.
I have never stopped expressing my gratitude to the government of the People's Republic of China for their support to Nigeria and African countries in developing our infrastructure. China is a true friend of Africa and Nigeria, and we are grateful to them, and we hope that they will continue to support financing this project and other infrastructure projects in Nigeria and Africa to full completion.
For a national leader who is always seeking to satisfy the needs of the common man, on whose mandate he has been elected to create and promote sustainable environments for economic activities in the country, standards must be upheld all through the project operations, and this led to 2 months test run of the rail project with passengers to ascertain that quality service is not compromised as it opens for full operations. The Abuja Light Rail project was executed at a contract sum of $823.5 million, covering 45.245 kilometers of double-track rail line, consisting of Lot 1A and 3. It is part of a whole rail network for the intra-city service incorporated in the territory's transportation master plan. The total length of the rail transport network for the FCT is 292 kilometers distance of lots 1 to 6. The project has been phased to cater for mass transit in a gradual process until the FCT is covered for the robust rail transportation system to be fully operational. At the moment, the preferential demand of the project so far completed is Lot 1, made up of Part A, which is 23 kilometers from Idu to Kubwa, and B, covering 26.78 kilometers from Ring Road 1 through the Transportation Center to Gwagwa. It does not end here, as other phases of the project will soon start rolling. FCT Minister Mohammed Bello said that the administration is working on Phase 2 of the Abuja Rail Mass Transit project to cover a distance of 32.54 kilometers from Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway to Gariki Area 1 via the Transportation Center to Gwagwa and from Bazango Station to Kubwa.
And it is gratifying for us to say we have developed that crop of engineers that will work on the next train. That is the Lot 1B from Gwagwa back to the city again. I believe going through Gwarimpa, Jabi, Utako, and coming into town.
The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria says China remains committed to deepening its relationship with Nigeria in the future.
China-Nigeria cooperation is brotherly South-to-South cooperation between equal partners. China remains committed to stepping up its mutually beneficial cooperation with Nigeria in a new era. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, China and Africa have always been a community with a shared future. We Chinese appreciate the African wisdom. If you want to go fast, go alone. If we want to go far, go together.
This is a promise kept by sticking to the interest of Nigerians instead of the usual project cancellation by a new administration to begin a new cycle of project review and reward. It is a congratulation to the President for continuity and project execution for the benefits of Nigerians.
That is it on this week's episode of your program, Infrastructure Weekly. Join us again next week for another interesting episode. Be a good citizen and protect public utilities around you. Pay your tax and let's continue the conversation on the social media handles showing on your screen. I am Abosedi Omowie. Thanks so much for staying tuned. Bye for now.
Monthly partner in brief of the ongoing program war on the shutdown of Lagos Infrastructure.